Iaso Malagedo. We'll be right back. Welcome to the Malaka podcast. Computer Love, Part 44.
If you're frustrated with online dating, you're not alone. In fact, in many ways, online dating is kind of dying. Let's look at the facts. Worldwide, monthly active users are down by 17 million people since 2021. Since 2020, yearly dating app downloads have fallen by 50 million. As a result, dating app companies like Bumble and Match Group have seen the revenues plateau and their share prices decline dramatically. And then there's the fact that single men and women are both coming to realize that online dating is not working as well as it once did. In this video, we're going to talk about exactly what's happening, how things are changing, and how you can use this information to succeed both online and out in the real world. In a way, online dating is actually a victim of its own success and its own optimization. And I'm in a very unique position to comment on this because what's happening with online dating is actually very similar to what happened with online poker, which is another industry I was intimately associated with in the past. In order to understand this example, you do not need to know anything about poker except for this. There are two classes of poker players. There are amateur recreational poker players who are usually not very good, and there are professional poker players who are motivated by a desire to make money rather than to have fun and usually are trying to play very, very well. The more amateur or fish type poker players in the poker game, the better it is, and the better it is for the poker economy. The more professionals in the poker game, the harder it is to win in that game. Okay, that's all you need to know about poker. Now let's understand how online poker is self-cannibalized. So at first, if you look at online poker versus live poker, it's essentially the same thing. You have a bunch of guys sitting around a table, whether in person or not in person, and they're making decisions, and the money is flowing from the bad players to the good players over time in kind of a semi-random way. But online poker started doing things to make the environment different. The first major thing is that online poker is just more efficient. An online computer can deal more hands per hour than a live dealer can, and so maybe now you're getting twice as many hands out per hour. What does that mean? That means that the fish go broke twice as fast, and the professionals make money twice as fast. This isn't enough to seriously change the economy, but it's starting to be a factor. But then, online poker sites allowed players to play multiple tables. And actually, even if the individual sites didn't allow people to play multiple tables, one professional player could play a table on this site, and this site, and therefore play multiple tables. So now, in effect, if you had the same number of professionals and amateurs playing, maybe now you have represented the table 3 times as many professionals as amateurs if they're playing 3 tables each.
Ladies and gentlemen, I can't disagree with this analogy. Let me give this guy a shout out here. His name is Todd V Dating. That's the name of his channel, and it's called Is Online Dating Dying? And yeah, he keeps going here, but I thought I'd just give off, just a little bit there. But yeah, I like to think of it like just gambling in general. I mean, either way, you're going to lose. I mean, this is show 44, right? Nobody listens to my podcast. I wanted to only do 2 or 3 of these segments of online dating. I'm up to 44. I've talked to a lot of women on here who, some are nice. Some stories I can't even tell, if you're eating. The point is, we're all losers here. It's like all these dating sites are the house, and casinos, whatever. We go in there, and yeah, we're probably gonna lose. I mean, there's a chance we could win. I mean, there's many forms of gambling in life, and if you think online dating is any different, you're an idiot. Chances are you will lose. I'm going to tell you some stories today that, are just, some are worse than others, but it's going to prove that, none of us are really winning here, or at least I'm not. There's I'm getting older here, and I'm pretty lazy. I'm not gonna lie. I'm one of those Greeks that like doesn't like to work. You know what I mean? Like, that doesn't, I don't know, own a restaurant, or I work for my uncle. Started off in the kitchen, and then eventually I run the place, and he makes me feel guilty for not having 5 kids by the time I'm 30. I just want to kind of beat to my own drum. Maybe that's why I am single. Maybe that's why I do the online dating thing, because I am hoping for something good out there. Worst case scenario, I like to think I gather up some good stories. So, yeah. But in the end, yeah, it is definitely a form of gambling. I mean, like, you don't know what. I was gonna say who, but yeah, you don't know what you're talking to either. I mean, it could be AI. In today's day and age, it could be a scam. You have no idea. It is a huge gamble. You try to get as much information about the person as you can. I always say try talking to them beforehand, of course. On the phone. We used to do it all the time in the '90s, and just do your best to try to not get ripped off or scammed, because it can happen. So yeah, but yeah, no, yeah, it's I mean, it's like flushing a toilet, basically. You know shit goes down, and that's it. I mean, I could have ended this analogy better, but the point is, yeah, it's a huge gamble doing the online dating thing. But here's some more stories, and I don't know, just I don't know, enjoy. If you lost all your money at a casino or a pro line like I do. Pro line is a thing in Canada that we have for legalized gambling. It's a chance for you to bet $20 and win 4. So yeah, here's some stories. So one girl I was talking to online here, she seemed all right, and again, I mean, I always forget. Like, I live in 2025 Toronto, not 1992 anymore. I forgot I'm like, it's rare to find someone who speaks English. Um, and it's not racist. It's true. There's been times I've been downtown. I don't know where I'm going, like certain stores or whatever, for a job, blah blah blah. I'll ask 10 people for directions. Half of them don't speak English. Half of them have no idea, what I am. What I'm doing here. I don't know. It I have to learn sign language. I don't know. It's a lost cause here. But anyways, I'm just like, hey, how are you? How is this website treating you? I heard nothing back. But again, I'm looking at the profile here. I'm not expecting a lot. I mean, she does this stupid thing that stupid people do. They put their hands together and make a heart, and there's a sunset in the background. Yeah, real original. And there's some palm trees. So I'm like, okay, fuck, she's not from here. And then I don't know, some bullshit sayings or something. Like, yeah, my soul needs to grow, or I don't know, whatever the fuck. And so I just sent her a question mark. Like, what's going on? What's going on? Are you alive? Prove that you're not a robot. And then she sends a thumbs up. So I just ask her straight up. I go, do you speak English? She says, yes, sir. So I go, so answer the question. I mean, like, is it hard to do that? And she's like, what question? Are you commanding me? He, he. I don't know. So at this point, I can't tell if she actually speaks English. I mean, is she, looking for a guy, to control her like a fetish? I don't know. I mean, it could be. Listen, it's happened to me before, so don't laugh. It's quite sad, actually. You stepfathers up there, or fathers out there, you need to step up. Okay, I get it. You wanna fuck the person's mother, but still try to give a shit. That's all. This isn't Jerry Springer. So, I just said, wow. How is, again, I asked the same question, like, how is the site treating you? And she's like, I hardly stay here. People want to meet, and once meet, just want to have hookups or so. Okay, so English isn't their first language. Okay, we've established that. I am not that kind of. I don't know what that means. I mean, you're not that kind of person that I don't know, sleeps around. The type of person that can conjugate a sentence. I don't know. I mean, it's frustrating, guys. It really is. I rather. Yeah, I rather some days just bet some money on the Leafs, in Game 7 and just probably lose and then do this shit. But hey, you want to stay faithful to yourself, and I'm starting to sound like one of her bullshit meaning pictures there. But the point is, I don't know what the point is. I don't know. Just basically, whatever country you're in, know the language, or at least like get someone to help you. I get it. Like if I went to India, and I don't give a shit how racist this sounds. I will never go to India. My God, I mean, basically 85% of the world I don't want to go to. I really don't. Everything from I don't know, to kidnappings, to non-free speech, to smells. I just don't want to go. I'm being honest. I don't care how racist that sounds. I know we're supposed to talk about online dating, which, by the way, if you show up on a date, my God, it's rare you come across a smelly person. But if you could shower, worst case, Axe body spray, whatever. Maybe somebody will call you a dickhead. It doesn't matter. Just you know try to smell decent, that's all. But okay. Just try to learn the language, that's all. And then go on a site that, where you have to know English, that's all. It's Canada. I know there's multicultural, Toronto, very, most multicultural city in the world. I get it, but, English is, English is all right. I don't. I still don't feel it's overrated. I mean, I assume in the next 5 years I'm gonna have to learn how to you know you know speak Filipino, or else I'm fucked. But the point is, just try to understand the language, and I think it'll make everyone's life a little bit easier. That's all. Am I asking for too much here? Okay. Um, and then one person I'm talking to here, again, this is one of these people, you could tell it's already going to go bad, but I figure, fuck it, let's just go for it. I'm a guy, who cares? Sometimes you just got to dribble and shoot, I mean, her English is a little bit better, so, that's a start. Well, sort of. I mean, she writes me back, she says, hey, difficult. She spelled difficult with a K. Instead of an L, okay, to say how this site treats me, rather neutral. Okay, that's cool. How was work? It's okay. How are you? Blah blah blah. All this shit, But she says she's looking for a meaningful connection here. I'm like, all right, And then I'm reading her bio here, and she says she's looking for spicy moments. Now, that can mean a lot of things. I don't know, like maybe something to, keep her going in a relationship. Maybe she's into Mexicans. I have no idea. I don't know. I'm just trying to, figure this out. So, and ask her like what's a spicy moment. She laughs, and she's like I like jokes. For example, I like flirting when there is a spark between two and right moment. I like sex, but hate all this stuff. What is called casual? LOL. Sex without emotional attachment is weird to me. With the same pleasure, I can use vibrator. Hope clear enough. Okay. Sort of. I mean, it's And then I'll be honest with you. I mean, you can tell she's frustrated. I'm frustrated at this point. And at this point, I'm like, fuck it, I don't care anymore. And then I said, like, as clear as your English, LOL. And I said, favorite food. And she goes, you have issues to understand something. I have issues understanding a lot of things. I mean, show number 44. Clearly, I got there's something wrong with me. But the point is, again, well, two things. One, if your vibrator can do the job, then I don't know why you're here. I get it. Maybe you want the real thing, but I don't know. Maybe a little too much too soon. I can feel your frustration. It's like. Pulp Fiction when Travolta's talking to Samuel Jackson. Don't give me your look. I can feel your look. You know what I mean? Like I can feel it's gonna go shit. You know what I mean? So I get it. Some good ass coffee. But the point is, try not to bring anger into into every conversation you do. I mean, leave your shit at the door. That's all. But it's. Should have used Duracell. So the next profile, and I use the term loosely. Again, you can tell. Again, you look at a profile, and again, you can tell if someone is, very frustrated and just does not give a shit. But in the profile, it says here, when I was born, I was a baby. I identify as 5'5". Not trying to brag, but I was the sperm that made it to the cervix. Jesus. And then the picture here, she has picture Harley Quinn on crack. I mean, that's the best way I can describe it. It just, again, like you got to give it somewhat of an effort. I get it. You don't have to technically leave your house to do online dating, but my God, pretend once you meet somebody, you will be able to leave the house. I mean, it looks like she just took the needle out of her arm. But the point is, just try to somehow make the profile somewhat human. But then sometimes you talk to someone and you're still getting to know them, whatever, and they say something not that unique, but a little weird. This person, I just say, how's the site treating you? And she's like, hello, this is a time investment in the future. I hope can see earnings. Emoji wink face. So I kind of understand what she means, and I guess in a way, like you can look at it as an investment. I get it. It's cool. But it's sad someone has to say that too. You know what I mean? I don't know. It's just me. There's a certain sadness there. It's like shit. Like I don't know. Like I guess I'm more old school. You want to meet somebody. Not fall in love. I'm not stupid, but you know what I mean. Just eventually, let it grow into something natural. Not look at it as an investment. Okay, if I do this at this time, like a fucking. Like, I don't want to go on a date with a woman and think of her like Bitcoin. You know what I mean? Like, I want that to happen naturally. But I just wanted to throw that in there. It's, I get what she means, but it's sad. It has to come down to that. So, I don't know. But in many ways it's true. So you can't really, I can't really discount that. But sometimes when I'm talking to someone, I just, I don't know, I'll send them a random pic that I think is cool and whatever. And, I sent this person a picture of Nirvana. Now, it's a clear picture of Nirvana. It's that classic pic of Kurt Cobain wearing the sunglasses, the boys in the background chilling, everyone's cool. But it's pretty obvious it's Nirvana, you know what I mean? And, she writes back, who's that? Oh, And then I sent her the emoji face, with the two dots, his eyes, and the straight line, And I text her back. I'm like, you better be joking. And she goes, tell me. And I go, are you serious? I send her another emoji with my hand in front of my face. At this point in my life, at this exact moment, I realized two things. One, I'm sending way too many emojis, and two, I can't believe this is actually happening. And she goes, a band, I assume. And she says, come on, tell. So, again, I don't expect everybody to like everything I like, but my God, like, you don't know who Nirvana is, and she's a little bit older, and you're like, really, like, but that's okay. I mean, she's a sweetheart. Yeah, I'll let it go. But still, Nirvana, man. I mean, I'm a kid of the '90s. I get it. I mean, obviously, I'm gonna do fuck Nirvana. This is one of the best bands of all time. But really, I mean, it's a clear picture. It's not like I sent her the like the fucked up smiley face. I mean, maybe if you didn't get that, maybe I can understand that. But come on, man, Nirvana, Nirvana. Smells Like Teen Spirit. I mean, I don't know. It's a gamble. It's you send a picture, you really hope the other person is just as cool as you, but what are you gonna do? And let's move on. And so another person I talked to, I ask a lot of people, like, in the beginning, I go like, like, how's the site treating you? What are you looking for? And again, there's another little sad thing here. She sends me a thing, and it's not that sad. Maybe you don't know, but she's like, I don't really know, to be honest. And that's something, like, I get it. Like, this is why I think a lot of people, and again, I'm not judging this person specifically, but I'm just saying, like, in general, like, a lot of people don't know what they're looking for. And that's, I think that's a reason why a lot of people don't have a lot of bad luck online. And because, like, listen, if you go into a grocery store, I know, me, another food reference, I get it, ha ha ha. The point is, you know what you're looking for. Like, you want some kind of food. Never go into a grocery store stoned. Forget it. It's gonna. Oh, it's just not worth it. But yeah, you know what you're buying, right? So same thing. Treat online dating like you know what you want. So yeah, it's that's all. I just thought I'd throw that in there. I'm trying to help everybody out here, guys. Show 44. I mean, there's a part of me that cares. There's a part of me that's like, oh, this is just sad. But the point is, if if you go somewhere, if you're doing something, you should know, what you're doing, what you're looking for. That's all. Again, not judging this person. I'm just saying, I'm just saying a lot of things. And the one person, I said, how is the site treating you? She's like, yeah, it's not very good. I'm like, that bad, huh? Like, what are you looking for? But she tells me, but I'm confused. Which is another thing that always annoys me too. Like, she said, like, but I'm confused. Like, isn't that a statement? It's not like, but I'm confused. But she had a question mark. So I don't know. I got to get more hobbies. But if it was successful, I wouldn't be on here. LOL. Like, again, these are two all right. Fuck it. This makes me laugh when guys ask me this question. Like, if you're asking if I'm having any luck, then I'd be a terrible person who's on here but has a boyfriend. So, I mean, clearly this person has no idea how to use a question mark. That's okay. That's all right. A lot of people just, a lot of people are better at asking questions than answering them. I don't know. I'm Ron Burgundy. But it's, it's cool. I get it. Like a lot of people do go on here, and it is kind of a stupid question, but still, I'd like to know. Listen, you'd be surprised how many people I talk to on here, and they're looking for some like extra fun. I mean, they could be couples on here. Hey, we need somebody for the threesome, or we need someone to have a good weekend, or someone to hold the camera. I seriously, there's one person I remember asked me, they're looking for another person for our foursome, and I don't know. I mean, like I'm a bigger guy, so whenever I have sex with a chick, it's always technically a threesome anyway. But it's just like a lot of people are looking for some, that little extra shit. So it's cool. I completely understand. So that's why I asked that. But yeah, it is kind of a stupid question. But again, it's the theme to this podcast today. I feel is gambling and sadness. Because I mean, like I said before, with gambling, yeah, you will always lose. I mean, it consumes your time and whatever. But at the same time, it's even sad that I can ask these questions. Other people have to ask these questions. But again, this is the insecurity world that is online dating. This is why most people cannot function in society. And this is why we're online, doing the whole online dating thing. Because we're fucking bored and stupid. And not everybody, I'm all right. But, whatever. Point is just, take it with a grain of salt. If someone asks you, what you're looking for, or are you single? Yeah, just say, yeah, I'm single, or I'm looking for a certain reason. I don't again, don't read too much into it. I mean, I try not to anyway. Sometimes you do. Sometimes you gotta ask questions and go, holy shit, you're failing as a human, but I don't want to, you're gonna take me down with you, huh? But yeah, just I don't know. Take it with a grain of salt. What can I tell you? So there's one story I'll end with is, a bit of an uplifter. Definitely more sad than gambling. Oh boy. So she writes me back and she sees one of my pictures. I'm just posing as myself here. Looking like like a Greek version of Curly from the Three Stooges. And, she goes, what an interesting bio. And she's got the big laughing face, and I go, thanks, miss, whatever. I'm not going to say. I don't know, it probably wasn't that funny anyway. But I'm like, how are you? How is this site treating you? She's like, good. I've found some great ones. Okay, so again, I don't know what that means. I mean, she could mean that she's found some good people, no bad experiences. Maybe she's building up a roster for the spring. I don't know. So then I just, threw it out there. I said, so why are you still on here? And then she says, to see this kind stupid profiles. Now, again, I don't know what that means either. Does that mean like she's on here for entertainment? Is she making fun of my profile? I don't know, because my shit is, I don't know, it's pretty self-explanatory. I know it's, if Mr. Clean had a kid who can grow a beard, I'm pretty straightforward. So then I just asked her. I had to know. I'm like, so, are you seeing someone, and you're just bored? Question mark. That's how you use a question mark. I'm just pointing that out there. And also, yeah, my grammar was a little off there. So you're seeing some? Oh, actually, no, that's fine. No, I'm fine. My yeah. Let's move on. I'm with someone. She said, never bored. You look difficult. To be a 42 bald, single, years old guy. Okay, so at this point, okay, both of us are, in an asshole mode, I guess. You're pushing Baldy here to make a joke to you, so I said, oh, okay, you must be a whore. I'm sorry, Butterface. Can you take the shovel off your nose? Now, listen, that might sound a little harsh, okay? But if you look at this woman is in no, uh, you know, area of life to judge someone by their looks, okay? I mean, it appears that both of us have a gunt. Um, I'm, listen, my face is no, statue either. But my God, remember what was it? The witch from is it Sleeping Beauty? Yeah, the one that oh no, it's no, Snow White. I don't know. All the witches in Disney, I don't know, look ugly, but yeah, not that bad. But she looks like the next 20 years could be the deciding factor, and again, the pictures, it's, I don't know. I think my t-shirts are way better than hers. It's not even close, but yeah, as you can see, it pretty much went south from there. And then she goes, wow, now I know why a gentleman like you are single, laughing emoji, but wait a minute, how can she think I'm a gentleman? And then, okay. And she goes, and guess what? And I go, what? Because I'm dying to know here, what, Miss Dr. Phil thinks. You'll die completely alone in a few time. The holy death is next to you. It appears to be a kiss heart face. Now at this point, I just can't hide it anymore. I'm just so turned on. And then I just text her, what are you doing tonight? And she says, oh dear, don't worry about me. Enjoy every day. Seriously, this is your last year alive. And then I tried to get like one more in, and I'm sure she was going to just block me and go away, and she did, And then I just thought of an old school Greek joke. I said, "You do anal," and then she disappeared. Before that, but that's okay. That's okay. I mean, she clearly didn't want to know, about the Greek history. The point is, ladies and gentlemen, I mean, this is, online dating may not be the best for your self-esteem. It's not. I mean, again, I've always said this before, and I will keep saying this probably in the next podcast I do. Number 45, that's the charm. You got to have a thick skin to, to do this. So, I mean, clearly this woman, has been sent from hell to bother guys like me, and her crooked nose. It just really shows how much emotion is going through her head. Her parents, oh my God, assuming they're still alive, must be very proud. But again, ladies and gentlemen, it's just one of those things you got to deal with, Now, I'm not going to lie to you. She had me worked up. Clearly she didn't understand what sarcasm was. But it looks like I got to get going here because, I got only, a year to live. So, let's see what I can, do with this. Hopefully she's got a sister who is, just as spiteful, and maybe I can make this work. I can shine up my beautiful bald head and, hope for the best. Maybe they'll bring back Breaking Bad, and, maybe he survived at the end there. We don't know what happened. We don't know. It's almost like a Soprano kind of thing, and, both those guys were bald, so I could, I'm open to play either one's kid. It doesn't matter. But the point is, ladies and gentlemen, yeah, online dating is pretty fucked. But am I going to stop? No, no. I'm not going to stop until my hair grows back. So we're going to be on here for a very long time. But ladies and gentlemen, this has been another a very loving episode of Computer Love, part 44.
Well, I have to admit that I appreciate your directness, Daryl, and I will try to be as direct and honest with you as I possibly can be. I think, no, I am positive that you are the most unattractive man I have ever met in my entire life. In the short time we've been together, you have demonstrated every loathsome characteristic of the male personality and even discovered a few new ones. You are physically repulsive, intellectually retarded, you're morally reprehensible, vulgar, insensitive, selfish, stupid. You have no taste, a lousy sense of humor, and you smell. You're not even interesting enough to make me sick.
Would you like to be on the top or the bottom?